Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, we have a video here from Horizon. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
The DNA test results show that Mr. Smith, you are not Monica's father.
From 5 to 30% of the general population, men are raising and paying for children that are not theirs and don't know. According to the American Association of Blood Banks, between 25 and 30% of the males who are accused of being the father, they take a paternity test and find out they did not do it.
Are you for mandatory DNA testing at birth?
I am absolutely on record as saying that if we want to prevent the problem of having men challenge paternity later down the road, then let's apply a proactive solution. Automatic DNA testing at birth would work to help two things. One, we would assure that the right parents were named on the birth certificate. Two, it would stop paternity fraud and take the profit out of paternity fraud.
You know what, guys? I think that this is a great idea. There should be mandatory DNA tests at birth to determine whether or not that man is the father of the children. Guys, I can't remember what country or what state it was, but as far as I understand it, there were even locations on Earth where they do not disclose the amount of paternity fraud that's going on because they don't want the men to freak out. But let's not beat around the bush here. There are a lot of men who have had kids with women who are paying for kids, paying and looking after children that are not even their own. Okay, this guy says, 25 to 30% of the dudes who at least go and check it out, go and get the testing done. It turns out that the kids aren't even theirs in the first place. But I would argue, guys, that this is very common, whether or not the dudes actually go and test or not. Obviously not as common, but still incredibly common enough that DNA testing should be mandatory at birth.
But so many women's groups say this wouldn't be fair. You're acting like you don't trust the mother. Why do you think they say that?
It's a red herring. It takes away from the focus of, well, who's the one person who has all of the information about potential fathers or the paternity candidates? It is the child's mother. And currently, in most places, she has no duty to disclose that, well, wait a minute. Well, my husband's not really my child's father. My boyfriend is. Like, well, wait, lady. But you're married. You forgot that you were married? No.
What the fuck is it? Darius is not my motherfucking kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's a motherfucking DNA test.
Why did you take a DNA test?
I took a fucking DNA test because you know...
From where?
What the fuck is it? Emory, bitch?
I love how the first thing out of, women's mouths, when they're confronted with this information, whether it's a skit or not, guys, I have seen so many of these videos that at least one of them has not been a skit, okay? But the first thing out of their mouths is always like, oh, why did you get it done? Or how dare you? Or you're actually crazy for going and getting this, right? But the man's not crazy because the man went and took the test and it turned out that he was right. But we have to do this gaslighting. We have to do this nonsense where we tell the man that he's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's a motherfucking DNA test.
Why did you take a DNA test?
I took a fucking DNA test because you know...
From where?
What the fuck is it? Emory, bitch? Yeah.
Why are you taking a DNA test?
Because my sister told my
Your
ass,
sister, your nosy ass sister.
Fuck, she was right?
She be lying.
She was fucking right. Yeah, but you be lying out. What the fuck is...
All right.
Why would you name our child Darius? It's not our child. It's not even our child. No, it's not my son.
Yes, you've been raising him for 3 years.
Yeah, I've been raising him.
Isn't it crazy how, as a man, you can present a woman like this with evidence, but she will just tell you the complete opposite? It doesn't matter how ironclad or how solid your proof is, right? You can have a 99.999% DNA test, a DNA match on a DNA test, and this woman will still stand here and she will still try and tell you that that kid is not that kid is still yours. And notice the wording there. She says, "Oh, well, you've been looking after him for 3 years. What does that matter? It's not his kid. That just makes it worse." Right? And guys, all of these actions and all of these sorts of things are just fuel to the fire as to why men don't want to date. Right? Because again, these are what happens at the end of the road or, you know, when guys go down this path to have kids or to get married and things like this.
Wait, you know that was somebody else's child. You know that was who the fuck he was fucking?
He even looks like family.
No, he looks like fucking family. Bitch, why have you sat there and let me got my last name? Are you fucking kidding me?
All right. During the time that we had a break, it was one time, all right? We were going through stuff, and that's it.
Oh, okay, one.
Yeah, see, this is why whenever a woman says that you guys are on a break or she needs a break, just throw her away. Throw her to the curb. That relationship is done. It is dusted. And to use new age language, guys, it is absolutely cooked. That is throw away the woman, throw away the relationship, throw away the whole thing. Right? You want to go on a break? Oh yeah, fine. Yeah, no, that sounds great. A permanent break actually sounds even better. See ya. Pack your crap, get out. Right? And that's the way it absolutely should be. Because what happens is women like to go on breaks with dudes so that they don't feel guilty about going and getting with other dudes. Right? And this is what happens. This is the end result of what happens as a dude if you get back with women like this. Right? I mean, this is just entirely expected, to be honest with you, if you take back a woman who wants to go on a break.
One time,
I didn't think anything.
So you just gonna have me raising somebody else's kid? So we do.
One time.
What the fuck? No, that's not my motherfucking child. You been fucking somebody else. That's somebody else's fucking child.
Why is your sister telling you to do that anyway?
No, because fuck, it's not my motherfucking child. He's not our blood. He's not our blood. No, that's your child. That's your child. You and your child need to get the fuck out. Is what the fuck need to happen.
Get out. Where are we gonna go?
Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Not my problem. Don't care. You can be homeless for all I give a damn. You know who really suffers in this situation? Obviously the dude suffers, but the kid also suffers, right? Because the kid has essentially entered into a pre-broken family. I don't care where you go, woman. You figure that out. You are on the streets. I don't care if you have $0 in your bank account. I don't care if you have 0 possessions, if you have nowhere to move it. It is all getting put out on the street, right? You know, all your hair products that are in the bathroom, all your pillows and like bits of furniture and whatever, it's all going onto the street that day. Now, if you can't find a way to sort that out, that's what we call your problem.
I don't give a fuck. Go.
You're gonna kick me and your child out.
That's not my motherfucking child. Go find the daddy. Okay. Fuck that shit.
Like, you know what?
Fuck. Yeah, okay.
30%.
That's 30% of all men who go to actually get paternity tested turn out to not be the father. So out of every 100, 30 of those will not be the dad.
My ex-boyfriend told me that, married or not, if I ever had his baby, that he would want a DNA test before he would accept that child as his own. When he told me that, I was like, what? It honestly pissed me off. We got into it. I was telling him how he made it seem like he didn't trust me and all these different things.
Just straight to the gaslighting. Straight to the nonsense. And you see, here's the thing, guys. As soon as a woman presents you with that this upsets her, she has to go. Right? Because the women who get upset by this are exactly the ones who are going to do it. So you mean to tell me that it offends you and it feels like the man doesn't trust you? That's nice, okay? But I'm not banking my whole future and screwing up my life to look after a kid that is not my own. I don't gamble those things. Smart men do not gamble these things. And if you want to sit here and say that, oh, you're offended, your feelings are offended, that's nice, goodbye. Right? Because the girls that say this, guys, are exactly the ones that do it.
And he was saying, no, that's not it. You don't understand because you're a woman and you would never have to question if that child is yours or not once you have it. Even if you trust someone, you could still have that small percentage of a chance that that child is truly not yours. And then he was saying how if it truly is my child, then what is the issue? Because it's going to come back positive and all will be well.
True. Right? But she has to make it into a problem because she wants the ability to cheat if she so decides to. Again, guys, women who have nothing to hide don't fear this at all because they don't care. Of course the DNA is going to belong to the father. It's always the psychopathic ones that go into this gaslighting nonsense. It's always the ones that will cheat on you, the ones that will ruin your life, they go, oh yeah, but I'm different. Don't you trust me? Not now, I don't. Get the hell out.
And even after those arguments, I still felt icky about it. Even though I didn't like it, I did agree to it because I felt like for him, it was a level of protection and it would just validate things for him. It's also like when people talk about prenups, some people will say that they will not do a prenup because that's people betting on the marriage to fail or people going into it with the wrong intentions, which I don't think it's that. I think that at the end of the day, a prenup is protection. It's a guarantee that no matter what happens, that both parties will be okay. And I think that if we truly do love people, that we would want to put ourselves and them in positions where they can be validated, they can be protected, no matter how things go.
Yeah, see, that was a nice little speech at the end, madam, but I'm still not trusting you. Right? The moment you say, oh, no, I don't want to get paternity tested, or, oh, no, I don't want to sign the whatever it's called, right? I can't remember the word right now. I'm having a brain blank. Goodness gracious me. The moment you say that, you just get thrown out. Because, men cannot afford to risk that. They just really cannot. I don't care how hurt your feelings are. It's too big of a risk.
You will, because you know what? No. You're going to stay with her, right? You're going to stay with her? Here. Yes, I am. I'm here. Well, what? No. What, for telling the truth? You done lost your whole mind. Oh, my. Listen, it's okay. You don't think I'm disappointed? You don't think I'm disappointed that ain't my grandchild? You don't think I'm disappointed that you picked that and I've been up here giving up my money and my time? I have things I could have been doing.
You never liked from day. Just admit that.
Anybody but that. Anybody but her. Yes, no, I didn't like her. No.
On other days, you talk about accountability, but you can't sit here and talk about the real reason why you never wanted to be with.
It's my.
I don't know if am I reading this incorrectly? So the mother, who is the one who has the phone right now, if I have this correct, gave the DNA test to her son's kid, and it turns out it wasn't his. And then the son is getting mad at her. Am I interpreting this situation correctly? Because if I am, this dude's a total simp and a total dumbass. He shouldn't be mad at the mother. He should be mad at the woman who cheated on him and who let him believe that he's taking care of a kid that is not his own. I could be completely misinterpreting the situation, but if that's the case, this guy is a clown. I don't know why you'd be mad at the mother for proving that the kid's not yours. You should be damn well grateful.
Sasha has nothing to do with this. Everything that you've been doing lately is because of your vendetta with Sasha. That has nothing to do with the truth.
I see. So what I did was I made sure that baby has nothing in common with you or me. I'm the reason why it's a big zero on that piece of paper. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm the one who put my, Lord Jesus, hold it. Oh, Lord, let me hold my peace. Boy, listen. Grow up and be a man. Face the fact. And just go ahead and move on. Move on with your life, boy. Move on. That is not your child. That is not my grandchild. The $10,000, keep it. Keep it.
You wouldn't know what a man is anyways, because as soon as I was born, what did Pops do?
Why is this guy arcing up, man? You just found out that your kid is not yours, and you're getting mad at the person who proved it. You're going on here about vendettas and all of this stuff. I don't know what's happened in this dude's family. It sounds like he was raised in a single mother household. At least that's what it sounds like. But, the woman, whether she's an evil individual or not, is giving the correct advice to her son.
He left. He left you and he left me. So how would you know what a good man is?
Oh, Lord Jesus. I know you ain't going there. Let me tell you something. Your daddy was... Oh, yes, he was. He was. Yes, he was. Yes, you know what? You know what? Sometimes the apple don't fall that far from the tree. You understand me? No, so listen to me. You know what? Take it from my side of the family. Grow up, do what you got to do. Face the fact and just move on. You know what? To be mad at me, be mad. That's what you need to do. No. You need to ask her.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public, so make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. I love how, by the way, during this, the mother says that the father was a piece of crap and all this. Just casually throwing it out there, guys. Isn't it amazing that, you know, modern women will just have kids with the most horrific man, apparently, and they expect you to think that they're the victims? Why are you out here having kids with dudes who are so awful, apparently? Right? Like, that's just such a crazy thing. You go out there, you have kids with a guy who you know is a bad man, or you like to pretend that you were tricked and he just one day he was evil, right? The classic. Then you have a kid with them, and then the dude leaves because he doesn't want to deal with you, or because you shove him out of the family unit. You then raise this kid as a single mother, and then you tell him the whole time that his dad's a piece of crap. I mean, that is some astounding parenting right there. That is astounding work. Right? So I don't like the mother. I don't like this dude either.
I'm just her. That's the question. You all up in my face. Getting in the face of your so-called woman. She's not even a woman. A woman is somebody you can trust. A woman, when you do a DNA test, it'll be in the 99s, baby, not in the zeros. No, you can't trust her, but you know who you really can't trust? That.
I can't trust nothing about you.
Okay.
I'm home.
Okay, do that.
And I'm leaving home. After today, do not contact me no more. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want nothing to do with you no more. And that's on everything. That's on God.
I don't know why this dude is getting angry at the mother for proving that his wife or girlfriend or whatever it was has been fooling around and lying to him and committed paternity fraud against him. Amazing stuff here.
Well, you know what? You go ahead. Go ahead. Leave. But on your way out, pick up some fish you need.
Right, so let's take a look at that particular, what document just came up right here. So, mandatory paternity test in Georgia, which I believe is what this whole video is about, perhaps. In the early 90s, Frank Hatley agreed to pay child support for a boy that he believed to be his son. In 2000, he provided DNA evidence that the child was not his. The courts terminated his current support, but found that he still owed the arrears of the child. From 2008 through to 2009, he was incarcerated for 13 months for failure to pay towards these arrears. Although he felt that he should not have to pay for a child who was not his, he never pursued having the court order vacated or voided. How about if the courts just used some common sense and realized that if the kid wasn't his, that he shouldn't be paying money for that child? So this guy came to court, right? He proves that the kid is not his, but he's still required to pay money for the child. But because he didn't contest it, then he has to go to prison for 13 months. He was incarcerated for 13 months. Fantastic stuff here. The Georgia Division of Child Support Services, DCSS, has roughly 415,000 active child support cases. Wow, great job. Great job on that one. The division's DNA testing vendor provided statistics that about 20% of the non-custodial parents and NCPs tested are excluded by the results of the paternity test. Based on this information, they estimate that up to 20% of the fathers who did not go through the paternity testing process could be working to support kids that are not even their own. Wow. So it looks to me that there was a new bill that was passed by the Georgia legislative that prevents this. I would have to see this whole particular thing going on here. Maybe they realized that this was the case and they turned things around and they said, hey, listen, you can prove that the kid's not yours. You will not have to pay for that kid. Which, you know, guys, all these womanists I see and all these individuals out here advocating for women's rights, of which they have every single right that is afforded to men plus more, I never see them talk about this, even though they're all about equality. Never see them talk about issues like this. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, guys, remember to subscribe if you are new here. Don't forget to leave your thoughts. And just a quick announcement, guys, that we are recruiting more members for Fiend Gang. So if you are interested in applying and helping me cover some of this cringe, make sure you check out the link in the video description if you are interested in applying and check out that form. But guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.